Did you know that some of the most intelligent people in a room are often the ones saying the least? Have you ever noticed how there's always someone who barely speaks, yet somehow seems to understand everything that's happening? While everyone else is busy talking, they're watching, listening, paying attention to details most people completely miss. At first, they seem quiet, maybe even shy. But what if that's not the real reason? What if their silence is actually a form of power? And what if Marcus Aurelius understood this secret nearly 2,000 years ago? Because the truth behind people who watch everything but say nothing is far more surprising than most people realize. But to understand that, we need to go back to ancient Rome. The torches flickered against the marble walls. The smell of burning oil drifted through the corridors of the imperial palace. Outside, Rome never truly slept. Merchants negotiated in crowded markets. Soldiers marched through narrow streets. Politicians whispered behind closed doors. And inside one of the largest halls of the empire, dozens of men competed for attention. Some wanted power, others wanted influence. Most simply wanted to be heard. Voices echoed from every corner of the room. Arguments overlapped. Opinions collided. Everyone seemed desperate to prove something. Everyone except one man, Marcus Aurelius. While others rushed to speak, he listened. While others fought to be noticed, he observed. While others tried to impress, he studied. His eyes moved silently across the room, watching, measuring, understanding. At first glance, he looked passive, almost invisible. But hidden beneath that silence was something few people understood, an advantage. Before we continue, I want to know something. What city are you watching from? Let me know in the comments. Most people believe intelligence reveals itself through words. The smartest person must be the one with the strongest argument, the loudest opinion, the quickest response. But psychology suggests something completely different. The people who reveal the most about themselves are often the ones speaking the most. Think about it. Every sentence exposes beliefs. Every reaction reveals emotions. Every interruption exposes impatience. Without realizing it, people constantly tell the world exactly who they are, and the observer notices all of it. But this is only the beginning. Few people know this detail. Human beings communicate far more through behavior than through language. A nervous glance, a forced smile, a clenched jaw, a hesitation before answering, tiny signals, almost invisible. Yet they reveal more than words ever could. Marcus Aurelius understood this better than most, because ruling an empire required more than intelligence. It required understanding people, friends, enemies, traitors, advisors. The greatest threats rarely announced themselves. They revealed themselves through patterns, and patterns can only be seen by those who pay attention. And this is where everything changed. Imagine entering a room filled with 10 people. 9 are focused on being understood. 1 is focused on understanding. Years later, which person knows more? Which person makes better decisions? Which person sees problems before everyone else? The answer is obvious. But there was an even bigger problem. The modern world rewards noise, fast opinions, instant reactions, constant visibility. People are encouraged to comment on everything, respond to everything, express everything. And because of that, many have lost the ability to observe, the ability to sit quietly, the ability to notice, the ability to think before reacting. What happened next would confirm something Marcus Aurelius had understood centuries ago. Silence is not weakness. Silence is restraint. And restraint creates awareness. The observer notices who becomes uncomfortable when ignored, who changes their behavior around certain people, who lies, who exaggerates, who seeks validation, who fears rejection, information that others miss entirely. But the worst part was still to come. Most people assume silent individuals are insecure, shy, passive, disconnected. Yet history repeatedly tells a different story. Some of the most influential leaders, the most effective strategists, the most dangerous opponents shared one characteristic: they listened more than they spoke. Because listening reveals, talking conceals, and few people understand the difference. Have you ever heard this idea before? Answer yes or no in the comments. This is where the story takes an unexpected turn. The real power of observation is not understanding others, it's understanding yourself. Because remaining silent requires discipline. It requires resisting the urge to interrupt, to prove yourself, to seek approval, to win every argument. And that discipline creates something rare: self-mastery. Marcus Aurelius believed that a person who cannot control their impulses becomes a prisoner of them. But the person who can pause, observe, and think clearly develops a strength that cannot easily be manipulated. That strength is invisible. It doesn't seek attention. It doesn't need validation. It simply exists, quietly, like a hidden advantage. And nobody was prepared for what happened next. Modern psychology eventually confirmed what the Stoics had suspected for centuries. People who develop strong observational skills often become better at reading emotions, recognizing deception, predicting behavior, avoiding manipulation, not because they are gifted, but because they are paying attention when everyone else is distracted. And perhaps that is the secret hidden behind silence. Silence is not the absence of information. It is the collection of it. In your opinion, what was the most surprising part of this story? Maybe the quietest person in the room isn't quiet because they have nothing to say. Maybe they are quiet because they understand something most people don't, that speaking may earn attention, but observing earns wisdom. And in a world obsessed with being heard, wisdom has become a rare advantage. If you enjoy psychology, Stoicism, and lessons about human behavior, subscribe now. Every week, Hidden Mentality uncovers timeless truths that help you understand people, master yourself, and see what others miss.